you can see, Sephora got new bags to expose me for how much money I spend at Sephora. But today I have another Sephora haul. So the first Sephora haul that I did was my online order. But I always like to do an in-store experience because I feel like there's new things that pop out at me that wouldn't have popped out on me had I not gone in store. And I went the first day of the sale for Rouge, and I really like these bags. I think they're nice, but here is everything that I picked up. I do have little short form vlogs if you want to see the experience and the behind the scenes. So definitely check those out. I have those out on my TikTok, in YouTube Shorts, all of the platforms I have my short form version of. Also, I'm trying to hide my tongue right now. I took my vitamins and I tried brushing my teeth after, but my tongue is like, ew. I'm not ill. My vitamins dyed my tongue. Anyways, let's go over what I got because we have some good things. So first thing actually ended up being a major fail. I have to go back to Sephora to return it, but what I thought I was getting was the Dior Forever Concealer. This is what I wanted. Okay, this would have been a repurchase. I love that concealer. Mine just became old and I didn't replace it because I just have so many concealers in my collection, but it was time. I wanted a new one, but unfortunately, instead of reaching for the concealer, I bought the Dior Forever Foundation Stick, which I love. I just happen to already have this. This was put in the wrong spot. I have footage. Jose, roll the tapes. And somehow ended up back at Dior. It was meant to be, y'all. They only had one more shade left of mine. Now my husband's zooming in. Mind your own business. And as you can see from that footage, I did not double check the box, but I didn't think I had to. It was in the correct spot. But anyways, I grabbed this instead of that, so I'm gonna have to go back, but the intention was fully there to get the concealer. Then I got more cheek products from Nars, what they are known for. And this is something that I had been resisting for a while, but ultimately seeing it in person, I finally bit the bullet. I took advantage of my 20% off. So I picked up the Nars Pure Luxury Light Reflecting Cheek and Eye Palette. There's two different shades, one for lighter skin tones, one for deeper skin tones. Of course, I picked up the lighter one, and I passed on the last few Nars launches, and so I was doing strong because let's be honest here, all of them are kind of the same more or less, but something overtook me when I was in Sephora. I was like, 'tis the season, I'm buying this. So it comes in this really nice gold packaging. It has this wave texture on here. And I just thought this was a good, solid palette. Now, these are a baked gelée formulation. From what I can tell, the bronzer, it doesn't pick up too much pigment. It's a very sheer natural bronze. And the highlight is super natural as well. I did apply it. But it was the blush is more so what I was going for. These aren't like my number one favorite blush formulation, but they're still very, very good. Nars palettes are just one of those cheek palettes where they're exciting when they launch, and then I don't really talk about them too much because they're limited edition, but I do reach for my older limited edition ones quite frequently. I will travel with them because they're just really good and reliable, and this specific formulation is great for travel because they're not really soft, so they're quite sturdy. Yeah, I just went back to my old ways. I used to buy this all the time, and something about it was calling to me, and there's not anything particularly special about it, if I'm being honest, but I love Nars cheek products. And you guys know, slowly but surely, I am working to build up my Nars blush collection. They did reformulate and repackage them during the last Sephora sale was when I first picked up a couple of shades, so I wanted to grow my collection just like I used to do with Laura Mercier. Now we're moving on to Nars. I'm really enjoying the formula. So today I actually went for a classic because I did have a video semi-recently where I needed the Orgasm blush and I didn't have it, so I thought this was the perfect time. Since I'm slowly building up my collection of these blushes, I would get Orgasm. And I have to say, I'm underwhelmed. So when I think of Orgasm, I think of like a coral with a golden shift. This one is a little bit glittery and I don't remember it swatching so horribly. I've had orgasm in the past in older formulations, and correct me if I'm wrong, but they were a little bit deeper, more vibrant than this. This honestly feels quite dry, and the gold shift is strong, which I do remember the gold shift being strong in the past, but I feel like this is a little glittery. I much prefer the other colors in the Nars line that I have, but not that I'm disappointed. I feel like overall this blush color is pretty, but it's different, right? It's changed over the years, or am I crazy? It's not bad, but you know, it has that Nars orgasm hype, like 20 years of being one of the best-selling blushes, and I'm not feeling much from this. I like the blush that I used from the Nars palette that I bought better, but anyways, it's not bad, but it's different than what I expected, and if you are going for the Nars blushes, I wouldn't buy Orgasm. They have better colors. That's all I got for complexion, which is pretty small, but I actually collected a lot for the eyes, which makes me very happy because I love eye makeup. I went on a little bit of a hiatus for eye makeup this year, but okay, you'll see. So first things first, Kulfi. I've been talking a lot about their Zari Eyes eyeshadows, and I had one in my collection previously. Then they launched 2 new shades recently, so then I've just been loving them, and I know that they hold up well despite them being a gel formulation because I bought one last year and it still is fresh. So I took that as the green light to buy the rest, pretty much. Almost the rest. So I picked up 2 of the individual Zari Eyes. So the first one, I wasn't sure. I've put this off. I'm very attracted to it. This is Shamak Chalo. It is very vibrant. It's a risky color, but I did wear this a lot 2 summers ago. Not this in particular, but this color a lot. So ultimately, I decided to pick it up. And then this one was gorgeous. This is the first one that my eye went to. Sephora Sparkles. It's just this pretty rosy mauve shade right up my alley. This would be pretty on my eyes if I did put it on my eyes. So these I describe as like a jelly texture, but once you blend them out on the eyes, they almost dry down into a powder. They feel very thin. They last all day. They don't crease. So these are one of my favorite, I'm saying jelly eyeshadows. I don't own a lot of jelly eyeshadows, but in terms of like eyeshadows in a pot, I have been reaching for these a ton the last couple of months. So I took advantage of the savings event to purchase more, which then led me to purchasing this set, which wasn't even on my wish list, but I was like, this looks like something I would use a lot. So I picked up the Kulfi You're an Icon set. In it, they actually have a limited edition Zari Eyes shade. So that is what got me to purchase this. And there also is their Kajal black eyeliner. Now the eyeliner, I have another shade of it. It's not anything that has really stood out to me, but I don't think it's a bad product. I did use the black eyeliner today. It's not the creamiest, but it's also not the driest. It got the job done. I was able to blend it out. I have good eyeliner on right now. We'll see. This wasn't the reason for purchasing it. It was $35. They say it has a $50 value. Of course, I did get an additional 20% off of that. But this Stardust shade is just a really pretty flat champagne shade. There's no additional glimmers, but it's a great everyday shade. I knew I wanted this shade. I wonder if they'll ever make it permanent. I think it's gorgeous, and I feel like their line needed like a lighter champagne shade like this. Super smooth. Again, it's going to last all day. I do have a lid topper on now, so that's why it's sparkly, but as a base shade, great for every day. So this is a set that I initially wasn't ever really going to recommend to you guys, but this shade is limited edition if you are a fan. So that's what got me to pick it up. So I ended up leaving Sephora with 3 new Kulfi Zari Eyes, and they have some really nice products if you haven't checked out the brand. I also really love their concealer. It's nice and thick, but also still hydrating. Another thing that I picked up, it was a long time coming, you guys. I have been eyeing this one. This is from Urban Decay. It is their Moon Dust Space Cowboy Eyeshadow Quad Palette. And believe it or not, I don't own a single Moon Dust eyeshadow from Urban Decay. So I thought that this was the perfect opportunity. I felt like the price was right, being just $39. And then again, I do get that additional percentage off. Now, there's no Space Cowboy in here, which is their most popular shade, but We have a rendition of it. I have Space Cowboy Rise Again. So there's two really glittery shades and then a couple that are a little bit more flat. But these are a very nice, easy to use lid topper style formulation. I do have that Space Cowboy Rise Again layered over top of the Zari eyes, and I think it is so beautiful. Just for a really bright, simple, everyday eye with the glitter to just add a little bit of a fun element. So obviously it's new to me. I don't have too much to say about it, but I really like the Space Cowboy Rides Again. That's definitely the standout for me here, but the other shades are gorgeous as well. I'll have to continue playing with this. And you guys, make sure you are subscribed to my channel, because in my plan within the next probably 2 to 3 weeks after having enough time to really test all of these products, I'm going to do a dedicated speed review to everything that I purchased during the Sephora Savings event. So if you want final updates on wear time, what I like to pair this with, how I like to use the product best, just that kind of final review after testing these a lot more, make sure you're subscribed to my channel, because that is in my plans of videos to do. Now these next products I actually did not purchase for the Sephora sale. I didn't purchase them at Sephora at all, but they came around the same time. So I thought I would show you that I did pick up 3 of the new Patrick Ta Major Dimension Eye Illusion eyeshadow duos, which have been quite the talk of the town due to their price point. I did on Sunday just post a full dedicated review and comparisons video. I even compared it to the Urban Decay formulation. Definitely check that out if you're more curious about my thoughts on these. While I didn't pick these up at Sephora, they did sell out very, very fast during the Sephora Savings event, so I just wanted to shout out that if you did want these, if you use the code Let's Glow, you get 15% off anyways. And last I checked, they were all still available on the Patrick Ta website. So the shades I ended up going with, my favorite one is still at the club. And then I also picked up We Need Better Lighting. This one is more for glittery kind of looks. I could have used it to top my look today. And then I'm With Her, which is the rose shade, which again, last I checked, this one is the only one left at Sephora. These are very pretty. I think, you know, with the 15% off, these were about $36 or so. I think that's a much more digestible price. When you hit with the 4 in front, it's a little bit painful. Overall, these are very good quality. I think they're in line with similar style products at similar price points. And I don't think that they're bad quality. Like, they're very, very good quality. But point blank, if you don't want to spend $42 on glimmery eyeshadows, like, just don't. Yeah, I feel like I busted the myth in that these, after comparing these to similar formulations, they're in line with the market price point. He probably didn't have to charge $42, but he clearly wants his products to be within the luxury price point. And the quality was like the luxury price point level of formula. But if you don't want to spend $42, don't. I get it. It's expensive. Now, actually, because I ordered off of the Patrick Ta website, a lot of times you know how the brand's websites have special deals. Well, the special deal was I got 2 free things from the Patrick Ta website, which is awesome. So not only did I get 3 of these for 15% off, I got 2 full-size products for free. One being this Major Brow Defining Pencil, which is very, very good. I already had this in my collection, so I'm actually happy to have another one. I have the shade Medium Brown. It's a really fine tip. It's hard to justify like paying a high-end price for a brow pencil because there are really good options at the drugstore. So this is probably one that I wouldn't have purchased myself at full price, but definitely for free, I'm happy to have it. It's really fine. It's a very good quality eyebrow pencil, and it's a very good color for me. And then this one, not really that interested in, but I got it. This is the Major Brow Shaping Wax. And this is the one where it's like a soap brow. You have to wet your spoolie. So, oh my gosh. So I do feel obligated to try it out, and I will. Today was not the day, but I feel like I don't like the wax style products because I just feel like they don't dry down, so they don't have as much hold. A lot of times I find a wax can have the opposite effect on my brows and then cause them to kind of like droop down a little bit. But anyways, for free, I'll give it a go. That was a good deal, honestly. I feel like for what I spent for probably around $120 overall, maybe a little bit less, 5 items from Patrick Ta is really good. Okay, I was on the hunt for this when I was in Sephora. I was so happy to find it. I picked up the Ilia Deep Beauty, the Lip Sketch Trio, and these come with 3 mini sizes of the new lip pencil lipsticks from Ilia. And I have one, and I love it. That's why I wanted these 3, because I didn't have any of the shades. So the shades in here, we have Rhyme, Pink Door, and Earthen, which is a little bit more warm. I do have Rhyme on my lips right now. As somebody with smaller lips, I like these because it's really easy to get definition, and it just feels like a very natural shape to apply to my lips. I like that I don't need to use a lip pencil with this because this is like a lipstick and lip pencil all in one. It can be a little bit drying, so make sure you either hydrate underneath or you have a game plan for putting something more hydrating like a lip gloss over top. I have no problem using this on its own, but it is a matte finish, so it will show the lines of the lips a little bit, but I've enjoyed this product. It's very long wearing, it's very comfortable. I like the colors, I like the size and the application of the product. It also, I forgot to mention, does come with a pencil sharpener in this kit. It's a good one. This is why I love the holidays, for moments like this where I have a formula that I know I like and I want more shades, but you know, sometimes it can just be a little expensive to purchase an individual one. So it was the perfect opportunity to get 3 different shades in minis. And that's why I love the holidays so much with those sets. And then lastly, fragrance. Okay, I didn't end up picking this up, but the lychee, I heard it's called lychee. I've called it lychee all my life, so I'm going to say lychee. But the lychee fragrance from Kayali, mouth-watering. That's on my wish list. I'm debating whether or not I want to pick it up still. Maybe when I exchange this. But I did pick up a little cheap fragrance. I love my cheap little mists. And this is from Way, and it's the Hair and Body Mist. And this has been out for a little bit now, but I feel like, especially when it first came out, this sold out super fast. And in stores, they didn't even have any of the sample left, so I never really got to smell how it smelled. I mean, I've used Way before, but you know, sometimes it just is a little bit different. And this, I feel like, is a little bit different than the Way fragrance, than the collab that they did with Tower 28. It's even more tropical, but I really like the scent of this, so I went ahead and ended up picking this up. It smelled way better than I thought it was going to, and I never thought I was like a tropical scent kind of girl, you know, coconuts, pineapples, but I have been enjoying them a lot the last few months, especially this past summer, and this is the perfect summer coconutty scent. The fragrance is called St. Bart's, by the way. They were finally fully stocked on this at my Sephora, and I was actually able to smell the sample. And I ended up going home with it. And there we have it. That was everything I picked up in store this past Friday for the Sephora Savings event. What kind of called out to me in person. If you've tried any of these products, let me know your thoughts on them down below. I mean, my favorite pickups right now, pleasantly surprised about this Kulfi set. I didn't think I would love it as much as I did and that I would pick it up and it would catch my eye, but it sure did. And then this is probably my favorite purchase, I would say, of the video, because I've been dying to get more colors of these and I feel like I saved money by picking up this kit. So I will have all of the products that I talked about linked down below for you, as well as tagged through YouTube shopping if you want to use that. And like I said, make sure you subscribe to my channel for when I get my speed reviews up of these products and the other products that I bought online from the previous haul. This should be the last haul. I was only really planning on 2, but crazier things have happened. So make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye guys, have a good one.